Sorry, we'll take a couple of questions. If you could just identify yourself and your media.
First of all, why did you decide to withdraw from the race and not to stay in right till the end? Second question, do you think that the weak support is, in a sense, a judgment on Canada's foreign policy? First of all, I think it was the right thing to do to withdraw our candidacy on the advice of the ambassador. And as I say, we both felt that that was the appropriate thing to do under the circumstances. Second of all, I do not in any way see this as a repudiation of Canada's foreign policy. As I said in my statement, we led a campaign based on our principles, and those principles are well known. They are the very foundation of our foreign policy. Of course, I raised the problem of not being able to speak with one voice as a country, and I think that, quite honestly, this did have a negative effect on the Canadian campaign. And that is exactly what happened, and that is my own assessment of how the vote went this morning.
Before you go further, since there is no translation, could you please tell us the question and answer as to what really happened? Some of us can't speak French. Usually there is a translation, which was not arranged because of this hastily called press conference.
Well, usually in Canada there is translation, so I'm sorry for that.
Over here,
I know.
It is there, but
the question was why did we not pursue the vote? We decided to concede victory on the advice of my ambassador, as well as a number of officials here, as well as myself. We thought that this was the right thing to do under the circumstances. And the other point that was raised as to whether or not this is a repudiation of Canada's foreign policy. No, it isn't. I do not think that this is a repudiation of Canada's foreign policy. Canada ran a campaign based on principle. We ran a strong campaign. Unfortunately, back home in Canada, the leader of the opposition determined that Canada did not speak with one voice. He came out clearly indicating that Canada did not deserve a seat on the foreign policy, and for that, of course, we are extremely disappointed. Previously, years gone by, Canada has always spoken with one voice, and needless to say, I have never seen in the course of the last months any leader of a political party, both in Germany or in Portugal, dismiss their candidacy and dismiss their country's candidacy.
Let's give us one question, Stephen.
Stephen Edwards from Post Media. In 1996, of course, Australia lost, but thought they were going to win. Was there a feeling that with all the work that's been done and promises that have been made with tours up and down Africa and so forth, that you were going to win? Is this a case of on the day, unfulfilled promises? And also, do you see this Ignatieff's statement as a turning point, or do you think you were on the way to winning before?
Well, here again, I can't point to a specific factor to one region or to another. I'll let the political pundits, go into the details on that. Obviously, the discount factor on the first ballot was extremely high, 25% or in the vicinity of. That means that some countries voted uniquely for one country on the first ballot. We did have strong commitments and strong support, and we're very thankful to those countries that indeed did give us written support and committed to Canada. The ambassador knows them very well. But I do think that as well, let's be clear here, the diplomatic corps in Ottawa, when they picked up Michael Ignatieff's statement, obviously in the news cycle back home, the Liberals scurried to try to correct it within the 12-hour cycle, but the damage was done. And in my view, The ambassadors reported all of that information back, and it was used as an issue to prevent Canada from acceding to the Security Council.
Last question.
I wanted to ask you about two specific reasons that various ambassadors have said that you may have lost, and just wanted to get your response to them. One has to do with Canada's defunding of the UNRWA, the Relief and Work Agency that deals in the Middle East, and it's said that you lost a lot of votes in the Middle East because of that. Another one is in the Africa group, and this is maybe a less principled move. It's the Democratic Republic of Congo has complained that Canada, in order to assert the business interests of a Canadian mining firm in the Congo, delayed the debt relief right around the time of the National Day of the DRC, and that this left certainly for them, but some other African countries, it left a very bad taste in their mouth, and they thought that. I'm wondering if that is the case, if that was a principled move, or if that was a business move, or whether you in fact did that at all.
In my discussions with African ambassadors, in my discussions that I've had, the discussions that Ambassador McMee have had, that issue has not been brought to my attention, nor have the other issues been brought to my attention. On the UNRWA funding, I know that Minister Bev Oda, who's our Minister of Development, most recently corrected all of the misgivings that might have arose around that specific issue. Canada does continue to support UNRWA, and so, we can speculate until tomorrow, but I can't give you any definite response as to what the real issue was, but I can say that Michael Ignatyev's statements hurt us.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're listening.